host, Francesco Abbruzzino, with the Scoop News. Okay, some interesting news just to make sure everybody's on the same page, and it's in terms of the Sarasota County Department of Health down in Northport. And the rumor mill that are closing down and that patients are losing their primary care doctors, or prescriptions at low cost and all that stuff, but it's not happening. They're there. They're going to have new priorities, vaccinations, water testing, STDs, infectious disease treatment, primary care services like mental health, substance abuse, refugee screening. Not sure how that's primary care. Acute, accurate health problems, teen health, men's and women's primary health, dental, substance abuse, same day appointments for urgent care. All that stuff is going to be there. But they're changing it a little bit, and that's through a mandate by the governor, or is he former governor yet? I don't think so. Rick Scott. And it's mandated by the state, providing that in regards to primary care, that they, instead of offering primary care, they offer or focus more on vaccinations, water testing, STDs, and stuff like that. And instead of primary care services, what they're going to do is transition that to a nonprofit. And that's where Center Place Health comes into play. And this was mandated back in 2015. The problem was that the Department of Health in Sarasota County couldn't find a provider by the state deadline, so they were granting an extension and given funding basically until 2019 to make the transition, though, for all their patients, Inglewood, Port Charlotte, Northport, Venice, all those folks. The health department in Northport and Sarasota had to come up with a nonprofit, so they established this place, the Center Place for Health. And basically, they're coming in and picking up and offering everything that I just went through, the whole list, the whole quadrant, the whole primary care, all that good stuff from the Department of Health. Right now, they're in transition, and they have the budget, and you're going to be seeing people losing jobs at the Department of Health. But guess what? They're going to be able to apply at that new nonprofit and potentially keep the same job. So those transition over to Center Place Health. Benefits may be different, pay may be different, and all that stuff. So yeah, there are layoffs, and there is a transition, but the Department of Health will still be there, and they'll still be operating hand in hand with the nonprofit that they help create there. The center's hiring, they'll use medical assistants, they'll use practitioners, physicians' assistants, and they're estimating 130 positions that are needed. So basically, all you're really seeing here, folks, bottom line is the Department of Health is saying, yeah, we're still here, we're still offering everything, but we're doing it under the guise of this nonprofit as mandated by the state. And now you'll just go to Center Place Health. They'll be there. They're going to use the same pay scale as everybody else, which is basically you bill a Medicare 200%. That covers any PIP. I doubt they're going to be doing PIP there, but that's essentially what doctors do. And then you go out and you get your contracted services with UHC, BCBS, all these different insurances out there, and they have their contracted rates. Who knows what the contracted rate will be? It all depends, and generally it's in the same area. But it's funny. I had a doctor, a physical therapist, one of my clients. He was high on the scale for Humana with his contracted rate. And he found out that one of the primary cares wasn't referring patients to him anymore. And he said, why? What gives? And he said, well, Humana talked to us, and you're on too high of a fee schedule. So he had to go in and renegotiate it, and boom, our Humana started going through the roof again. But a lot of times you'll see where a doctor will bill $200, and they're only getting paid $20 or something like that. United Healthcare is one of the worst. But for patient responsibilities, they ask that to avoid frustration, the health department patients in need of primary care have to sign a release, a HIPAA release, basically, because the DOH can't transition your records there. You got to sign it off, and then they can transfer them over to the Center Place Health. They're going to continue to offer low price prescriptions. I guess there was some controversy because some individuals were being charged a higher rate, and that's just a transition. Some things got lost and the confusion. Now, if you need any more information on this, you can call the Department of Health at 941-861-3820. Or if you want to find out more about Center Place Health, they have a Facebook page. You can also go to centerplacehealth.org or call them 941-861-2900 and get a hold of them if you're concerned and you're one of the individuals that used to utilize the Department of Health as your primary care. Call Center Place and see what you can do, what you need to do to transition, and all that good stuff. This has been Francesco Abbruzzino with The Scoop News.